Hey guys, welcome back to RedstonedDad. Anyways, this is World Tour number 2. As it says Father and Son, that's the best one my son and I like to play. You can see the seed there, always in survival, always in hard mode. Alrighty, so what today is, we're going to show off the world my son and I created with the enhancements from the original world that you saw yesterday. There's that little blip again. Alrighty. Today we're going to start off simply by showing right here is our beacon, and over here we have our little automated pumpkin farm connected to the backside and running off the same circuitry. We have our little automated sugarcane farm. Now, although I got this designed, I believe, off of a FedEx that uses the pumpkin itself when it grows there to connect the circuitry, I also attached this myself, which is basically a little on and off switch. It'll take care of all this for me. And as you can see, it doesn't do too bad. Occasionally, yes, you'll see a broken piece sitting there. That's no biggie. Loss is always part of the game. Then over here real quick, we're just going to take a look. Not too bad. Okay, now, here's the fun thing about this world. This is where I spawned in. This is my spawn. Right here. Technically this 4-hole. And I have another one on the other side to denote my 20 square space. This is exactly over spawn. And down here we have my first little cubby hole. There was a cave system right next to where I spawned, and well, we went down and did some branch mining down below and dealt with all of our original diamonds and redstone and all the goodies. Over here you can see part of my obsidian graveyard. Basically, I'll be doing a tutorial next on how to generate free obsidian, constantly regenerating it and generating it without actually having to waste redstone or anything else. And we've already talked about my cobble generator. This is my 4x cobble generator, and one of the greatest things about having that is once we go to leaderboards, we travel on over. Mining, look at my cobble. That is the maximum, 65,535. You can get that pretty darn quick with this unit here. And soon I'll be redesigning my smooth stone generator up there to basically do the same thing. I can go AFK, and within a couple days I'll have my max. Excuse me. Okay, now as this is it, my rail system runs over to the other desert over that way, where I have another village with 3 villagers that I constantly use for breeding. Now at this time I am done with those. If you're wondering what's up with these pumpkins hanging here, technically these were already here in this world. I just decided not to actually use them, and I mined all around them. This entire flat area, as you can see here, this is to cover the exact area my beacon covers. So that way, whatever boost I have on, in this case it's a jump boost. If I hop down here, you can see that I can just leap up 2 whole blocks. Okay, now we're going to come on into the village. Excuse me again. A little stuffy this morning. Alright, here's my nether portal. And if we go and just randomly check, I believe I have 10 wither skulls, 5 extra beacons, just a ton of extra stuff. Every single chest in my nether added together equals 9 ingots, 4 diamond, 1 chest plate, 15 nether wart, and 11 gold ingots. Now that is, if I wanted to reset it over and over and over and over, I could gain those over and over. I don't do that though. I'm a survivalist, there's no need to. Okay, we're going to back out of here, and let's just check one quick thingy with our coordinates. As you can see, we're down at the bottom of the map. And, well, I guess 700s was wrong when I originally quoted I was in the 700s, because this thing only goes 400 something each direction. Oh, didn't mean to throw that down. Come here. Okay. Now, a lot of times, you just make a hole in the ground and animals fall in. Remember that basic trick? Well, the great thing about this is a great way to get horses. I kill all the others, then I occasionally, if I get enough gold drops from pigmen, I'll breed a couple of these guys. Alright, first off, here's another part of the village. Unused rooms, I can still build stuff. More farming areas. This would be the scout area. This is my well. Let us go around that. Okay, we have a power generator, or pardon me, a power rail duplicator system here, as it's the really only duplication that works. And although I'm not really big on dupes, the power rail is the best one. Honestly, you don't need to dupe any of your diamonds or your emeralds or any of that kind of stuff. In fact, I don't really think you can do much of that anymore. But this one is the only one that allows you to get around. And honestly, it really saves a lot of hassle. It's either that or I'm going to create a tree farm and create tons of regular rails with the iron I have. Now you'll see the iron here. You saw my beacon was made out of iron. Originally when I got into this world, the first thing I was concerned about making was an iron golem farm. And that's why you'll also see tons of sugarcane everywhere. Alright, that's because sugarcane is the best trade for emeralds. Excuse me, Mr. Horse. Okay, first off, this is my potions room. This is basically the room that you go in, and whenever you want a potion, you just go in here and grab one I've already made, or go ahead and make it. No need for an automated unit. It really isn't necessary. And then over here, we have our smelting room, where in here, as I tell everybody, if you simply just start putting all your netherrack and some coal, or charcoal, or whatever it is, blaze rods. Blaze rods work really good, especially if you got a blaze farm. But if you fill all these things up in here, you'll notice that every so often you just gather them all and boom, you got level 30. You go enchant something. For me, level 30 just simply means I get to put on a bunch more books, and I'll show you that. Here's my pig farm. Yep, you guys are producing real nice. Here's another sugarcane farm. This one's almost full. As you can see, like I said, lots of sugarcane. It's probably the #1 and absolutely best trade possible. Okay, now if you remember my last world, I showed you my villager mall. Alright, yeah, you notice I just picked up the sugarcane. Waste nothing. Okay, if you wonder what all those tags are, you can barely read them all, and you hear that annoying sound. Welcome to version 2 of my villager mall, ladies and gentlemen. In here, I have, I believe, 32 villagers. Let me think about that. Yes, I have 30 villagers in here. I have 2 over in another building and 3 over in the other world, which, from what I can tell, is my max, 35. It's what I did in my first world, and it's what I can do twice in this world when I was dealing with it. Now, each one of these guys, although they're marked empty, they have a name tag, so they won't despawn. Makes it real simple. Now, I've gone through over and over and over trading. Blast Protection 3. Every basic thing you want is here. We have Unbreaking, we have Looting, Punch, Fortune. Hey, guess what? Thorns 3, that thing everybody says is so difficult to get. Again, here's my next world and I have Thorns 3. But that's because I can decide whether or not I want one of these trades or not. Now this is Sharpness 3. And if you go through this long enough and enough times, I believe, I'm guessing here because I don't have them all marked. Now Respiration, and Unbreaking 3. Oh, that guy I love. Did you notice that, by the way? Check this out. Unbreaking 3 for a mere 17 emeralds. Now you might think, oh, that's a lot. No. There we go, Protection 4 for 44 emeralds. Now, you wonder, gee, how do you do all this? You need emeralds. Well, that's where you run over this way, and if you wonder, I have it all half slabbed. I have them all locked in. Not only can they get out, but when I have zombie invasions and baby zombies pop in here, they cannot even get close enough to attack. So at that, I'm pretty much safe. Now, 18 wheat. How many times do you see a farmer? Well, you trade your wheat. What else does he have? He's got 14 white wool. And he's got 14 raw chicken. And my favorite, which is the last trade, 10 cooked fish. If you do this correctly, which I'll be doing a tutorial on, this is what's called the perfect villager. Why? Because his last trade, which resets all trades, is a simple, whatever you want to call it, reproducing trade. In other words, I can simply go fish for that stuff, cost me nothing, and I can reset all my trades. I have several of those guys. They're called perfect villagers, and they're very fun to have. Now, as you know, there's not just that. You can trade raw beef, raw pork with the butcher. Now, you saw my pig farm. Well, if we just go over this way a little bit, I can show you. We have my cow farm. Now, this is a modified version of the FedEx. Eventually, you saw my original form. I created this, but the thing is, don't ever cook your food. Eat vegetables. Potatoes, carrots, all that stuff is so plentiful. And if you come on over here, you can make one of these little units that ends up bone milling it and automatically doing it for you. You just go pump, 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 pump. Look, I got more. Okay? So I have that much bone meal because, once again, I have my grinder. If you're lucky enough to find a skeleton spawner, then you're good to go. Bone meal is awesome. Now, a lot of people, like I said, cook these. You don't cook them. And then I created the drowning system where you just replace it with water. And that way, you end up with the raw material. When you pop one of these open, there's plenty of raw flesh, plenty of leather. Once again, same thing here. But what I find even better than that now is if you created one of these and you have the looting 3 sword, it's much easier just to keep reproducing these guys and popping them off like that. See how much extra they make? All of that. And that's pretty much the major bonus about a looting 3 sword in a setup like this, is if you can trap them in, set up your hoppers, and bam, you got more. And that's how I get all my raw steak. Over here I got my chicken farm. Oh, let me tell you, you really don't need eggs. I have tons of them in case everything happens to my chickens, or if I just want to quickly produce another 10 to 12, whatever the maximum limit is, and then kill them again. Once again, this unit is set off of a drowner. It'll drown them. I don't want to drown them right now. Right now I'm into egg producing mode, and I just collect eggs. But once again, I believe this is another FedEx design. He's pretty much my favorite guy as far as reasonable building designs. Quick, simple, not too fussed. However, I keep modifying everything I've seen and keep trying out new stuff. Okay. Otherwise, that is very odd. What else am I looking for? I say that because my horse has disappeared. Oh, yes. Then the other thing I want to show you, and this is my favorite thing about Minecraft, really, and it's going to have to do with the challenge I'm about to do here this next week. Oh, excuse me, I missed. One thing I do hate is the clicky of that button. I changed my view a lot, simply by trying to take a look. Now this is what my original breeding room was until I reached my max for this village, and then I bred them in another village, and I just shipped them on over here. Now we're just going to jump in here real fast and show you something real quick and easy. Now, if you do the trades right, and you've got plenty of sugar cane, plenty of wheat, plenty of beef, plenty of raw chicken, raw pork, you're going to have to find some iron, gold from zombie pigmen or from mining, and bam, here's a blacksmith. Now, this is what I love about this blacksmith. What in here do I not see? He trades coal. There's tons of coal around. 8 gold ingots. I was very glad that was an early on trade. I only traded that once and it immediately went to the next. As we go through this, there's 4 diamonds. That one sucked. It cost me 16 diamonds to get across this one. And then the iron ingots. Now, he's not a perfect villager because his last trade is actually iron boots for 4 emeralds. But 4 emeralds to reset it, that's not too bad. I have every iron and every diamond and every chainmail item, armor. Got it right there. Got another priest over there. Priests, once again, are great for bottles of enchanting and enchanted items that are just quick and easy. They usually come with like an unbreaking 1, an efficiency 1 or 2. They're pretty simple. Okay, there's no need to show off the grinder. You can simply see what it is from there. The other thing I like to do is come around over here and show off. This is a half slab staircase system surrounded by glass, only because I have tons of priests, so I had extra glass. And that, my friends, goes up to the roof of the building, level 256. Come down 2 levels, and I built myself a rail system that goes around my entire map. It took a while, but I completed it. Very proud of myself. Other than that, I appreciate you taking a look at my world too. Any comments, feel free to leave them. I didn't go over to my slime farm, didn't go over to the zombie farm. What else do I got around here? There's the second village. I got my record farm where I got traps to collect creepers and skeletons to shoot them. I should probably show that off on another day. Any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, if you liked it, hit that like button. And please subscribe because I'm doing more videos all the time. Stay tuned and have a great day.